We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The Department of Education announced that 5 out of 7 teachers allegedly involved in sexual harassment claims of learners in Bacoor, Cavite have been charged. DEPED spokesperson Michael Boa said formal charges have been issued against the 5 for grave misconduct, conduct prejudicial to the best interest of the service, and violation of DEPED Order No. 40, Series of 2012. They were also meted with a 90 days preventive suspension. They were given 5 days to reply to the sexual harassment allegations. Boa said the lack of substantial evidence excluded the other 2 teachers from the charges. He encouraged other victims to come forward so that all the involved teachers will be dealt with accordingly. Because of its sensitivity, learners who are victims of sexual abuse may directly message them through email and contact numbers. He said that under the leadership of Vice President Sara Duterte, DEPED ensures a zero-tolerance policy for all forms of abuses committed at the schools. Boa said her hotline numbers may be contacted even beyond working hours and that all information will be treated with utmost confidentiality.
Po tayo ng email address kung saan pwedeng mismong mag-email ng mga complaints yung mga victims nito. Ito pong email address na to ay sa Office of the Secretary. So direct line po siya kasi naintindihan natin yung embarrassment at yung sensitivity ng matter pag pumupunta sila dun sa mga officials ng school.
The Department of Health clarifies that wearing face masks during the face-to-face classes is still required. This amid the recommendation for the optional face mask use when outdoors. Health Officer in charge Maria Rosario Vergere clarifies that the IATF recommendation on the optional wearing of face masks will be only applicable in open, non-crowded areas with good ventilation. She added that this is applicable in areas with high COVID-19 vaccination rates. Vergere said President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. verbally approved the IATF recommendation while in Singapore. Health officials are now studying the gradual easing of the mask mandate. To further boost the COVID-19 inoculation drive, DOH will be holding a special vaccination week from September 26 to 30. It aims to vaccinate at least 5 to 21 million of the target population. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.'s state visit to Singapore aims to maintain the strong political and economic ties between the 2 countries. During the state luncheon at the Istana in Singapore, Marcos acknowledged Singapore as a strong partner at the bilateral and regional levels. Marcos hopes that the country's ties with Singapore and with the rest of ASEAN countries would continue to grow in the coming years. In a Facebook post, Marcos thanked Singaporean President Halima Yacob and Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong for the warm welcome as he commits the country's cooperation, particularly on security, digital cooperation, personal data protection, water management, and economic development. The 2 countries' strong friendship was manifested when an orchid was named after Marcos and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos during their visit to Singapore's National Botanical Garden on Wednesday. The country has allocated around 2.5 billion pesos to modernize various airports nationwide and help generate more job opportunities. Budget Secretary Amena Pangadaman said funding the Department of Transportation's Aviation Infrastructure Program is in line with the President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.'s goal of improving transportation infrastructure in the country. Under the proposed 2023 National Expenditure Program, the DBM has increased the DOTR's budget to 167.1 billion pesos. The DOTR's big-ticket railway and road transport projects will get the largest share of the budget, followed by the airport projects. These include the modernization of Ninoy Aquino International Airport in Pasay City, Lawag International Airport, Tacloban City Airport, Antique Airport, and Bukidnon Airport. The Philippines has lifted the requirements of bankers' guarantee and performance bond required for Singaporean employers hiring Filipino workers. Department of Migrant Workers Secretary Susan Oples said the announcement was made during her meeting with the Singapore Manpower Minister Tan See Leng. In a joint press statement between DMW and Ministry of Manpower, the removal affirmed Singapore's commitment to protecting the well-being of all migrant workers. The bond requirement was an offshoot of the case of Filipino domestic worker Flor Contemplacion, who was executed in Singapore in 1995. Oples said both countries separately noted their efforts to eliminate human trafficking. She also noted that the Ministry of Manpower has promptly handled complaints by workers and strictly monitors its accredited recruitment agencies. As of December 2021, there are about 215,000 Filipinos living and working in Singapore. That's the latest from the Pna Newsroom. Stay tuned for more updates on the biggest stories throughout the day. I'm Stephanie Civiliano. Good day.